This is the crew here. We got Nedum Onuoha with us as well
hello.
to take your questions. We'll start with actually a tweet from Nedum's interior decorator.
Okay. It's very minimalistic.
Yes.
Yes.
Does Bayern have the best title celebration? Nothing like throwing around that much beer on your teammates and coaching staff as the music joins us here on Extra Time. Shaka, how do you feel about wasting beer?
Is this the music that you were just trying to emulate?
It's exactly identical.
Oh, God. Jeez. Oh,
Come on.
How do you go from that to whatever that was a moment ago?
Guys, I'm not a music guy. When they were talking about Alaska, I didn't know who it was.
Really?
What about Mario? Do you know Mario?
I don't know any of those good people.
Sorry, what was your question? The music just threw me off there.
Nothing like throwing around that much beer on your teammates and coaching staff. Do we think Bayern has the best title celebration?
Yeah, that's pretty good title celebration.
Yeah?
I just like the idea of bringing beer onto the field. That amount of beer. All right, there's some spillage.
Yeah.
Maybe not. If I was celebrating, it wouldn't be as much spillage. Let's just put it that way.
Where would it be going, Shaq?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Just, you know.
You know what was really impressive is how quickly the beer was available.
Exactly.
So they win it, right? Okay, the title, and here you go. And we're talking about not just, hey, a couple of pints. We're talking like
Das Boot.
yes,
Yep.
big old things.
It was
A lot of good work there. A lot of coordination.
If you saw the clip from the post-match like interviews and all that stuff, Bastian Schweinsteiger gets doused, Archie Rintut gets doused, Arne Friedrich, nothing.
No.
He doesn't worry about his guys, the electronics. He's got two eyes focused on the 3 beers that are coming his way.
Yeah, I'll take that. No problem. Thank you very much.
Good man.
That's the Steven Nicol approach.
Yes. Nedum, what do you think about the Bayern title celebrations?
No, it's very impressive, and it's something we've seen an awful lot.
Yeah.
You know, 10 times seems like a lot, but I suppose we'll see 11 next year. You know, they're very well versed in it, and it's good to see. Bastian knew what to expect, and I guess we know what to expect when we watch the Bundesliga as well.
I think we can make an argument for the entire crew to be out in Munich if they win the 11th title.
Right.
I think
On the field, on the desk.
On the field, I think it'll make for a very good sign-off to next season's Bundesliga if Bayern win.
The request with the big bosses, Shaq. You know you have influence up there.
I'm not sure there's that much Shirley Temple available, though, Ali.
Yeah, well, you know, I can make it work, Shaq.
All right, okay.
I am flexible.
Well, we'll see what we can do for you, Ali.
Speaking of, Ale, do you see Bayern Munich winning another Bundesliga next season without Robert Lewandowski?
Well, how about you ask Nedum? I think he just gave us the answer.
Well, because the question was directed to you.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm sure that they'll find somebody who can score a few goals. Not as many as Robert Lewandowski, but the difference between them and the rest is significant. And while Robert Lewandowski may not be part of Bayern Munich, Erling Haaland may not be part of Borussia Dortmund. And so you get what I'm saying? It feels like Bayern Munich will continue to dominate.
I gotta say, we get some questions here on Extra Time, and this is one of them. With reports suggesting Rudiger leaving Chelsea, is it time for Lukaku to be the center back? He is tall, strong, and prevents team from scoring goals. That's actually pretty good. Nedum, Lukaku is a center back. Your thoughts?
Oh, come on, man. What is this? What is this? This is such an attack. I like... Extra Time is so wild. I also feel attacked by my background. You know, I once had just a white background. I was getting called a passport photo. And now I've got this and being criticized again. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm trying to accrue as many medals in amateur football as possible so I can have a house that looks like Luis Garcia's and it's got all my trophies and medals just sitting around here. So I too look really important. But yeah, Lukaku, you know, he's a great goal scorer, man. We'll stop trolling him. Just let him live. He'll be back. Lukaku will be back. I can guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I love how the insult for a forward is to go make them a center back. Like that's
when you know your career is going in the wrong direction.
Could it end up being a bad thing for the Premier League if Manchester City and Liverpool are the only real title contenders for the next 4 or 5 seasons? Nedum, it's kind of to your point what you're talking about before about the Bundesliga.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem for the Premier League because financially, I think other teams, they might not have the same amount that City do, but there are other ways to do it. Liverpool, in theory, spend less, and you can be more competitive. Like we thought this year was going to be the year for Chelsea, where they were right up there, but it fell off just a little bit. But I think if this is going to be the standard, then I think it gives people something to aspire to. You know, this season, someone's going to finish second. They're probably going to have 92, 93 points, and that's going to be a blow. But as that season ends, the other teams aren't going to look at it and say, we can't win the Premier League. They're going to say, what are we going to do to try and compete with these two? And as a consequence, I think that raises the standard up top, which I think brings up everybody else as well, because the expectation's higher. So for me, I don't consider it to be a problem, but I also think it's not really going to be sustainable, because at some point, clubs like Manchester United will be back, because football does work in cycles.
So, you know as to why we thought that Chelsea could potentially contend for this title? I'll tell you why. Lukaku!
The centre back.
Yeah, centre back. Centre back.
Aside from which, we've been having the same conversation about the Premier League for quite some time. It was Manchester, whether it was good for Manchester United and Chelsea to be dominating as they were, then it was Manchester United and Manchester City. We've just changed the name of the clubs a little.
You know when you get passionate, Shaq, when that arm skids out there, you start the wingspan just goes everywhere.
I was looking for my Bundesliga celebration beverage.
Shaka.
Yeah.
Since the zone in which Zack Steffen had a howler is the zone which you used to occupy.
Wow.
How would you have reacted in that scenario? And I guess we're talking about the FA Cup semifinal howler. Forget the whole first part of the question. Forget the zones.
The zones. What zone are we talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
what would you have done in that situation?
Clear it?
Yeah.
Would you have taken? He tried to take
3, but
touches.
one missed.
Yes, but missed
so it was 2.
You would have taken 1 and done.
Yeah, exactly. No.
And where's that ending up, that one touch?
Well, the one place nobody's ever scored at me from, in the stands. People have scored at me from a lot of places on the football field. Nobody from the stands, not yet. I knew exactly where that ball was going.
Nedum, as a defender, are you more comfortable with a goalkeeper behind you who is good with his feet, like Ederson, and can play out of the back, or one, like Shaka, who just boots it across the field?
No, nobody said Shaka in there.
Well, yes, it says like Shaka.
Like Shaka.
Oh, goodness me!
In parentheses.
You
like
think I
Shaka.
would attack you like that?
Yes, I do think you would have attacked me like that.
Nedum, what do you prefer?
I think it depends on your team's style of play. If you're a team that wants to play out all the time, then a goalkeeper who can do that, that's great. It's like an extra outfielder. But if you're in a team that really can't play very well, then it's just wasted. And as a consequence, it'll just bring you a ton of trouble. So in that case, I think I'd go for more. For some of the clubs I've played for, I think I'd rather have Shaka. But for that 1 year, when I was actually playing for a good side, Ederson all day long. Magnificent.
I always feel like the payoff for somebody that's good with their feet is way less than the risk. You know, like if I was in Nedum's shoes, I would rather just have somebody who's going to make the saves behind me, and not somebody who's going to create.
And listen, to that point, in all seriousness, back in our day, defenders didn't want the ball either. Right. As much as you pass the ball back to me, or a defender would pass the ball back to me, and he would just turn his back and just start running right up the field. He wasn't even looking for a return ball. So I had no other choice. I was pretty good with my feet back in the day.
Oh no, don't even. No,
we did hear some stories today during the Copa del Rey penalty shootout.
Who is it that you scored a penalty against?
Hold on, it's a college with like 6 names.
Yes. Who was this?
Two names. Yeah. Philadelphia Textile.
What?
Scored a penalty, the winning penalty. Philadelphia Textile.
Does that place still exist?
1988 run to the NCAA final.
Philadelphia Textile sounds like a 12th Division Sunday League team.
We beat Philadelphia Textile on penalties. We then went on to beat University of Virginia.
And that's not anything to sneeze at.
Exactly.
Powerhouse of college soccer.
Bruce Arenas, University of Virginia.
Look at you, Shaq.
Yeah, have some of that. Philadelphia Textile and UVA.
Do we have clarification as to whether Philadelphia Textile still exists?
I don't know.
Probably under some other name.
Maybe after I scored my penalty, they decided to fold
shut it down
as an academic institution.
Yeah, they forgot about the athletics and they said,
good enough reason.
Let's stick to the textiles. Nedum, predict how many goals Mitrovic will score in the Premier League next season with Fulham heading up. What do you think?
Wow. So he scored 40 in the Championship. So that tends to sort of transfer to around 5 to 10 in the Premier League. No, I don't know. He's a good player and he's very, very good in the Championship. but Fulham aren't like an alpha team in the Premier League. They don't control possession. They don't create a ton of chances, so he can't do what he does in the Championship. So I think a good season for him would be 10. And I think given this is his maybe third attempt at it, I'm going to say 10. I think he's going to hit 10, but maybe it's going to be another season relegation for Fulham.
Shaka, you used...
you know what he tried to do there? He tried to input the data into the algorithm.
But it got spat out.
Yeah, that's right. And then Nedum struggled.
Yeah.
That's...
Nedum is not the one, though, that used the word genius earlier in this segment. So what is the conversion rate on championship goals to the Premier League?
Put it in the algorithm.
Did I use the word genius?
Yes, you
Input
did.
the data.
No, I did not use the
Ale
word
used
genius.
it to describe you.
Right, well, there you go. And,
Input the data.
well, I need... Last time I input data, it nearly crashed the system.
Yeah, that's
there at ESPN.
We're lucky we have lights on in the studio.
That's right.
That's what was happening at La Cartuja in extra time. Shaka was doing the power rankings.
Exactly.
Blew a fuse. All right, well, that's all the questions we've got. Thanks for sending them in. Thanks
You're going to give us some music to go out? You're going to give us the going out music?
Alaska and Mario, go ahead. Give it. Is that extra time?
Go back over there. Don't come back here with that. Wherever that is, don't come next to me. I'm not part of this.
That was supposed to be the extra time tune?
Play the music. Let me hear it again.
Yeah! Let's go home. Let's go home is what they're saying. We don't want any more from you.
More of my musical savvy on Sunday's edition of ESPN FC.
Geez.
See you then.
Oh, God.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.